Divide using long division. I love polynomial long division. So when you do polynomial long division, your factor go there. And what go here is this guy. Oh, but be very careful. X to the fifth, X to the third. I'm missing something. So as I write this in, anything that's in between that's missing is filled in with a 0. So in this case, 0x to the fourth. Minus 15x to the third, minus 9x squared, plus 11x, plus 12. This is going to be a good one. All right. Treat this like regular long division. You start out with the first part and the first part, and you find out how many times or what times x gives me 2x to the fifth. Well, 2x to the fourth times x gives me 2x to the fifth. What I do is I take this guy right here, my quotient, and I multiply it to my factor. 2x to the fourth times x is 2x to the fifth. That will always happen that these guys are exactly the same, otherwise you did it wrong. However, this is going to be different. 2x to the fourth times 2 is 4x to the fourth. Just like long division, you subtract this guy underneath, but when you subtract this whole thing. So you become a minus and you become a minus. This crosses out. 0x to the fourth minus 4x to the fourth is negative 4x to the fourth. All right. Now we drop down the next guy, negative 15x to the third, and we repeat. Okay. X times what gives me negative 4x to the fourth? X times negative 4x cubed gives me negative 4x to the fourth. Now take this, multiply it to the entire factor, and write it underneath. Negative 4x cubed times x is negative 4x to the fourth. Negative 4x cubed times positive 2 is negative 8x to the third. Subtract this entire factor, which means flip the signs for both. This will always cross out. Negative 15x to the third plus 8x to the third is negative 7x to the third. Drop down this guy. Repeat. Okay, and we're still moving. We're like halfway done. X times what is negative 7x to the third? Negative 7x squared times x is negative 7x to the third. So take negative 7x squared times this whole factor, write it underneath. Negative 7 times negative 7x squared, times x is negative 7x to the third. Negative 7x squared times positive 2 is negative 14x squared. Subtract this entire product, so that makes these signs switch. Negative 9x squared plus 14x squared is 5x squared. Drop down the 11x. X times what is 5x squared? X times 5x is 5x squared. Take that 5x, multiply it to the entire factor, and write it underneath. 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times 2 is 10x. Subtract this entire product, which makes you a minus sign. This crosses out. 11x minus 10x is x. Drop down the plus 12. I'm running out of space. X times what is x? Positive 1. Multiply 1 to the entire factor and write it underneath. X times 1 is x. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract what you got here. So minus sign, minus sign. 12 minus 2 is 10, which becomes my remainder. So what you do, since this is positive, is I'm going to put a plus sign in here. If it was negative, I'd make it minus, but plus 10 over the original factor, which is x plus 2. So my final answer is this mess right here. 2x to the 4th minus 4x to the 3rd minus 7x squared plus 5x plus 1. And since my remainder was 10, plus 10 over my factor, x plus 2. Long division.